Welcome to Art Lounge. Drawing comics, coloring Conan Part 12. I'm your host. I will be coloring John Buscema's Conan the Barbarian. One of my favorite comics, one of my favorite artists. Great opportunity to learn the process and to learn all this masterful, no, don't like that word, not masterful, skillful. Don't like square stash terms. Just perfect opportunity to learn all the different aspects of drawing comics and also coloring. I'm going to be watercoloring, and I will be trying a new technique today. I will try to add just a little bit of water. Oh, what is this? It's oil and watercolors? Strange. Yes, I'm going to try a new technique by adding just a little bit of water and mixing the colors that are predominantly on each panel, which is yellow, like a very light yellow. As you guys can see, it's very common in each panel. So I'm going to be mixing that. And to do that, I'm going to use a mid-yellow. Squeeze that on there, just a dab. It really goes a long way. I mean, I've hardly used any, and it lasts me like a week. So I don't know if you guys can see, but gonna bring it down a little bit, the brightness, so you could see how I'm doing it. It's very watery. Gonna do a quick test. But it's also, even though it's very watery, it is opaque. So it doesn't cover up a lot of detail, the pencil detail. Which is something that I've been kind of battling. My earlier panels, I was using a lot more pigment, and it was chunky, and it was covering up a lot of the blacks, the pencil lines, the inks, and I wasn't happy with it. So I wanted to try out something different. Now, the other very common one is purple, which is going to be some blue, a dab of blue, and a dab of magenta. Don't have cyan, but I have cobalt blue. Or cerulean blue. I'm gonna tab that as well because I've noticed it's a very common color as well. Mix that all together. think it needs a little bit more blue. I don't know. It still seems like way too much water. So I'm gonna try another one. The drop. Wait, 2 drops. 2 drops of water. And I'm gonna try to do that for this blue right here. I'm going to add some white because we're looking for a sky blue. And that's more of like, oh no. Is there no way back? Seeping over. Major bummer. Still gonna try to rescue this. Oh, the paper's getting hairy. It's kind of scary. Burning a hole in a paper. I don't think there's any hard rule when it comes to mixing these pigments, because the only reason why this is working is because I'm using way more pigment than water. So I think it really just depends on what the situation calls for. But I want to say there is like a sweet spot. Where it maintains transparency. It's enough pigment not to be incredibly watery. Just right in between. Don't want to give up on the idea. Got plenty of paint to experiment with. me see if I can zoom out a little bit more so you guys can get a view of me mixing. Too much. Too much. Way too much. Actually, when I dab away at it, it's a little closer to what I'm looking for. This green foliage is also a problem because it's so not right. The color is so off. I'm gonna try to see if I can fix that now. By combining sap green with some... What if I combine it with a little magenta? How's that gonna turn out? I feel like that might be closer. No. It's way too bright. It's such a challenging color. It's like... I'm gonna show you guys. Bring it up to the light. To the light. Yeah, you see it? It's right there. It's like brown but green. Maybe some blue. And white. Let's see if that kind of does it. When I'm mixing it, it looks right. And in fact, I think I got it, but now it's covering up a lot of the detail. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Definitely a panel I'm gonna have to revisit for inks. Because this is a disgrace. Covered up everything. It's just green blotches now. Boo. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. And I will move on to the browns. I'm gonna say it's like raw sienna. No, I didn't even open it. Let's see, raw sienna might be the pure color we're looking for here. Too much pigment. Too little pigment. Still looking for that soft spot. No, it's more of an earthier tone than this. And it's so true. You know, back when I was oil painting, white was in demand at all times. And even in watercolor. I imagine most of it would be substituted by water to dilute colors, but nope. Still using it quite often. I don't know, guys. Not satisfied with this. Maybe it's burnt umber. You know, maybe it's a mix of both. Maybe that's what it is. It's like burnt umber and raw sienna. Or burnt sienna, actually. No, no, burnt sienna and burnt umber combined together provide a color that's closer towards what I'm seeing. With the burnt umber being the main color. seems like they just build this up real quick. It's all just yellow. The hint of red. Kind of like a golden yellowish tone. And he's all just very light magenta in the background. Guess the signal that it's like the sun is going down. Now it is time to do this gentleman's face that I'm covering up completely. It's just a blob. Damn you, white. This guy looks like he's been tanning. Baking out in the sun. Just not how it is here in the original. So bad color mixing is the conclusion. Maybe some white can fix it. And this is over pencil, so, you know, I'm not really covering up any inks here. Just gonna revisit it. There's plenty to revisit in this panel, it seems. His shoes are like a mix of burnt sienna and gray. And I'm gonna say some white because it's light. Nah, I'm not digging this song. More chipmunks. Am I gonna have to skip this one too? Think of what I'm gonna do with the bushes. I'm just gonna cover it with the right tone, and then just do the inks over it another day. Just completely cover it. Forget the detail that I had on there originally, because it's bugging me so much. I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, it's terrible mixing. So I'm gonna try that now. all about white. No. It's all about white trying to save it all.